Good afternoon, folks. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming to you today with another Micro Galaxy Squadron pickup. I finally got Sabine Wren's TIE Fighter off of eBay, and I couldn't be happier for the price I got it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this around and take a look at this highly sought after piece. And I gotta say, guys, I'm so tickled to open this up today and see this little beauty in front of me today. Of special note moving forward, guys, whenever you see something like this and it says one of 5,000 chase things on a packaging, which is total horseshit, pay attention to it and pick it up and save yourself the trouble. I held this in my hands August of 20, or not August, it was January 2022, before I was, into, okay, I need to get all these Star Wars ships. And these are actually cool little models, but not when it does this. This is the biggest negative ever. The other negative is that distribution is so wonky and bad that you can't find this on the shelves at retail because there's a bunch of Venture ships that won't be clearest at Walmart. And Target took down Series 1 and Series 2 shortly after this because the Venture stuff wasn't moving and or whatever for reasons and stuff. The other thing is Hera's is a little bit easier. It's one of 15,000. It's the chase and or one's a chase, one's a rare. And I mean, this is to me rare because I only saw this with Hera one time and that was it at retail. You got the battle damaged TIE Fighter in Series 2 and Yoda's little starship. So that's how you know if you've missed it at Ross stores. You can pause and scan here, but this ain't gonna do you worth a damn because distribution's so wonky and messed up. So Jazzwares, lessons you need to learn. You can probably catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. Make stuff available. Don't alienate it to a chase. Let's get this bad girl out of the box, as I absolutely love Rebels, and it's the reason why I spent 100. Quick note here as we do a 360 on the turntable. This is not, in fact, the regular tie that she modded it from. This actually, not what she modded it from. It actually got modded from a white TIE Fighter, which is the Series 1. And here's the proof. Here is her casemate showing you proof that this is the white TIE Fighter modded. And then this is the battle damage casemate. That these are sitting at Raw stores pretty readily available alongside some Ventresses and or Yodas and that kind of thing. A little spin around the back. The battle damage looks excellent. I thought I opened up a regular tie, but the regular ties are gray. These are white, and this is based off of the white TIE Fighter exclusive. That was I think a Target exclusive. You can correct me below all the other, experts that's in Micro Galaxy Squadron. I just love these because it's Star Wars and ships, and this is in fact Rebels here at Rebels. And speaking of Rebels, let's take a closer look at Sabine real quick. And you can see that the paint job for Series 2 are definitely better than the Series 1s, and they've just gotten better over the waves and what have you. And speaking of over the waves, I do got the Ghost version of her. To help drive this home even better, we'll look at the top half of the body first and get in there on that face, and you can see it's splotched over here on the one that's released with the tie, and on the Ghost version things are way better, picked out way better. Go ahead and take a look at the upper half of the body there, and then the back half, and back to front, and then we'll look at the bottoms. You can see how the stuff on the right side with the regular release, it's just got some sloppy paint work and or you could say battle damage if you want to, but it's much cleaner on the left side with the Ghost release. I'll get that arm out of the way. You can see how the stuff does there. And whoops, stuff is so small, it's so hard to hang on to, but you can definitely see, guys, how it does better with the later subsequent release with the Ghost. Pretty much nailed it better on the second landing with this Ghost release, but that's nothing flabby to look. It helps you differentiate between the two. You can see some paint slop there on the shoulder, but Sabine's an artist, and then being an artist, that's bringing our attention back to this guy here. Let's take a closer look at the TIE Fighter now. Grab the TIE Fighter and bring it up here closer just to show off that awesome Sabine touches that was added to the ship, and then they used this ultimately to go and rescue Kanan in that one episode there, and had Zeb saying Carabast a couple of times, just like I've said Carabast a couple of times over the years. So that's kind of what the white tie will look like versus the original tie. There's the difference in between if you got like a Series 1 white tie versus the gray there. And I would really still like to get a hold of that one too, but I think it's a little bit pricey there too. Let me see if I can pop this off of here. You can still pop the wings off, and it's got a key way of doing that, so you can see that detail throughout. Awesome work here. That's the one thing they do. They pay attention to the details when it comes to these ships and whatnot. And with it being Rebels, this should have been a no-brainer as to getting this out there to the folks. You look at the back of the ship and see how beautiful that is. And I think this still opens up here on the back. It does. Doggone if I can get it. My fingernail's been cut. I don't want to damage that, but there's what it looks like right there. Quick before the sunshine makes this overheat again, I just wanted to show you that you can fit Sabine down inside of the ship there, and you can see down inside of there there's a little bit of overspray there behind her there, but that's how she is in seat. You can use this to pop her up to get her out again, but I like her down inside the ship there where she will happily sit and stay inside of that beautiful cockpit and ship. Let's get this into some final thoughts, guys. Some final thoughts here on Sabine's TIE Fighter. I absolutely adore this ship. I wished I had picked it up in 2022, and at that time I was not collecting these, but I was looking for actually Bo-Katan's Starfighter, the white version, when I found Anti-American. Then I fell down this Micro Galaxy Squadron rabbit hole all too well, headed over heels, because it's Star Wars, guys. And that therein should be a clue to Jazzwares. If you want to make more money, you make these readily available and not limit it to a chase rare, because you're alienating a whole bunch of folks that don't even want to fool with collecting to begin with, like I was toward the beginning of this. If I didn't know about the chase rare thing, or I would have picked it on up. I saw Rebels, I saw this ship and Harris ship, and I was like, oh, they're going to be readily available, because that's how it does with Star Wars stuff. But you guys are not Hasbro, and Jazzwares is all about the chase rares thing, and so I learned a very hard lesson at that point in time. But I don't regret getting it for the price point I did on eBay, and I didn't do the extreme one that was there 6 months ago before the overstock started flowing in the Rosses this summer or what have you. Thankfully it did that, so I was able to get this for cheaper. And I want to say thank you again to GotBean69. We had a little bit of a mix up there at the beginning. This actually got sent somewhere else, and I got the other person's stuff, so we swapped that back out. Really good seller, GotBean69 on eBay. Thank you again for your time and patience, and I highly recommend this ship if you can find it. Aftermarket sucks on it, and that therein, Jazzwares, is where you suck as a company. You shouldn't do that. But you'd find that you could, attract more bees with honey than you can with vinegar, and that's what a chase rare does to me and a lot of other folks that are fans of Star Wars, but don't want to fool with that headache of chasing down the chases and rares, or pay the aftermarket. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. And that's my Sabine Wren TIE Fighter quick review. May the force be with you guys all, always.